Hi guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing okay, getting over an ear infection. So I have a con horror story that I failed to tell you guys back when I told you about the photography incident that I had at this convention. And I totally forgot to follow up with another horror story that happened during that fiasco. So I'm here to clarify that and tell you that story. If you want to hear the photography horror story, I will link that below for you guys. So let's get started, shall we? So this takes place during my volunteer back in 2021. We had this group of people of boys basically walking around with a tripod, and I didn't see a problem with it and because I've done vlogging before with my phone or my tablet for conventions. If you want to see those, you can definitely check out those playlists. I've also done panels for con, and those are also in a separate playlist as well. So I get it. You know, you want to vlog, you want to do all that sort of thing, that's fine. So I had basically sat down for my break for that day, and I had taken a lot of photos. And these lovely humans came up to me, very young, and all of that. They came up to me and they said, "Hey, you took our photo earlier and everything," and I thought we were just gonna have like a basic conversation, right? And they basically said, "Hey, there's those guys with the tripod and everything," and I was like, "Yeah, what about them?" You know, well, they were harassing us earlier. They kind of cornered us and everything, and like we were really uncomfortable at a certain degree, asking about our age and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Oh dear Lord." I was like, "Have you brought this up to security?" She's all like, we don't want to start at like any issues with them or anything. We don't want to like cause them to harass us more or anything. I was like, "Nah, they won't. They won't, and I will absolutely make sure that they won't." So they're like, "Do you think we should?" I was like, "Yes, we should definitely go." So I beckoned one of the heads of security over, and we talked about it, and they got a talking to. And they're all like, "Sorry," you know, they apologized, and they never seemed to do it again from the knowledge that I knew. And the youngins seemed to be satisfied. They didn't come back up to me afterwards. And so then that evening we had karaoke, and we just did regular karaoke. I'm taking photos and stuff like that, and that group of people came up and sang, I think it was like a Russian song. I'm not 100% sure if that's what it was, but the imagery was very uncomfortable and dark. I don't know what song it was. I have no clue. Most people that do karaoke are like doing openers from anime or songs from Katy Perry or Lady Gaga, karaoke. But it was like very uncomfortable, and the way that they were moving and the way that they were like doing certain things made a lot of them uncomfortable, and they got a little bit, I think, a little bit of a talking to again about that, because we don't know how that song like went through, because it's literally posted by a normal person. Even the karaoke person was all like, "I didn't know the song. I just thought it was a regular song. Had I would have known that it was kind of, making, I wouldn't have let it go through." I was like, "Fair enough." We were all like, "Fair enough," because we talked about that at the meeting. So and we just started really paying attention to these people after this next incident. And some of them had like branched off to do like whatever. And a couple of them were messing around with something that they shouldn't be. And I was in there doing photography, of course, and somebody came up to me and they're like, "Hey, I don't know what they're doing over there, but I'm very concerned." and they look like they don't want to get caught. So I was like, I'll keep an eye on it. And so like they're messing with the water cooler. They're like fidgeting with it. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. And I'm all like, they keep looking around like they don't want to get caught. And I'm thinking, in the beginning, beforehand, I thought they were just leaning it forward because, when it's almost empty, the water likes to just level out and you just need a little bit of thing. So I start making my way over there. And the second they saw me, they scattered and they like disappeared. So I knew something was going on. And I don't know what they did to it. I have no idea. But I immediately, I told one of my friends to stand here while I go get security and told them to not let anybody drink out of it and everything. And so I went and got security. They removed the water tank. They replaced the water tank. And I believe, because I wasn't there, I believe they got finally escorted out entirely. And we didn't see them until we didn't see them until the last and final day when everything is closing down. We're doing closing ceremonies. We're doing the last awards. We're doing the auctioneer off for a charity and everything. So there was an art contest, and apparently these guys had entered something in. They had basically, what happened was because they came in, and their excuse was that they didn't have a pass or anything, but they want to be there for the closing ceremony, and they had entered in an art award. They had completely changed their attire. Their entire look was different. They had glasses on. They had a fake beard on. Like, you could not tell it was them anymore. And what gave it away, they ended up winning the art award, one of the art awards. And I don't know how they were able to get past everybody other than the fact that basically, well, it's the last event, just let them go in, which I believe they changed that to no, you can't go in. If you don't have a pass, you don't have a pass. Doesn't matter if it's closing ceremonies or not. We're not letting anybody in. And I think that rule changed because of this. Hopefully it did. I don't know. But basically, what gave them away, I was taking pictures of the people holding up their artwork along with their award. They had the fucking tripod with them as I took the photo. Now, I don't know if I post the photo or I just decided to specifically delete that photo because I wasn't going to give these guys any credit, especially after harassing some kids and after like the incident with the water cooler and the weird symbolic, maybe racist song. I don't know what they were singing. And now, I sat there, and what made me realize I looked at the photo and I was like, so I raced over to security and I said, I thought these guys got freaking kicked out and everything. And they're all like, my partner at the time, he was working security, and he looks up as I'm like mentioning this to them and everything. They go take it off and everything, and they like immediately get escorted again off and blacklisted entirely. Like, they got their IDs, everything, the whole shebang, because they're definitely probably not allowed to come back at all because of that. So, and so that's that story. Now, this also happened in the same year and everything. We had somebody who wasn't paying attention to their kid, whether it be because there was also another event going on at the Civic Center, I think, or whatever. I don't know. We were at the hotel because at the point in time the con wasn't that big yet, and somebody just wasn't paying attention to their kid, and basically they were opening up sauce packets and throwing them off the ledge and everything to fall onto cosplayers. And one of my friends actually got sauced with ketchup, and then somebody else got sauced with honey and all that. So they had to figure out where this was happening at, and they went up to their room and they're like, hey, what's going on? Why is this happening? You know, this is going on. Please, you know, take care of your kid. And then that completely stopped and didn't happen anymore. And then in that same year, security had to deal with a gentleman who we weren't really sure what was going on with them whatsoever. No clue. But like they were on something and they were just harassing some cosplayers, and that got nipped in the butt immediately. They got taken off campus or off the property, and I think that one police were definitely called, but it was isolated that nobody, you know, only the people that were getting harassed by this person, you know, that know about what happened with that person. So we don't know. They weren't all there. Maybe they were drunk or high or something. I don't know. But that was the 2021 fiasco story, and things have gotten better from what I've seen a little bit with our security, because, you know, they've only been around since 2019 and all that. So like or I should say they, because I'm not a part of them. They snuff it out real fast, and they you know, I don't know how other cons work, but it's like for our con, I don't know if they still do it or if the policy has changed. But when back in 2021, it was 3 strikes and you're out, and you would literally get like a hole punch or a mark on like your physical pass, not the plastic piece, but they take your pass out and mark it in some shape or form, basically giving you a warning. Again, I don't know how they're doing it now, or if that's still in play, or if, you know, miraculously it's still the same. And again, I don't know if other conventions do this, but now that I finally have time to sit down and update you, because I was in the process of moving and everything and all that, now you have this con horror story. So big shout out to my community for doing awesome and amazing and nipping it in the butt when stuff went down and everything. Yeah, so that's basically it. If you want to view my con or my other stories and all of that, whether it be my photography stuff or other con horror stories that I've had experience as a 10D, which I don't know if I've told some of them. I might go back through my story list and see if I missed any of my stories of con and sit down and tell those. But feel free to check out those as well. That's pretty much it. Without further ado, I'm your host, Odessa Amari, signing out. Gamma Gamers, cosplay and cosplayers, be safe, everybody. I love you guys. Bye!